Hello class, welcome back into R for data analysis class. So in our previous section, in section 2, we learned about atomic data type. In section 3, we are here to learn something about variables, how we can store variables in R, right? So here we are going to use variables to represent what atomic data type, how we can use our variable to store what atomic data type. So as you can see here, these two symbols, less than dash and equal to symbol that you can see, they are all referred to as equal to symbol. So anywhere you see these two symbols in R, they are used to represent what something, right? So once you see this one, 189 is termed as what double, right? Double for atomic data type. So for this double, we really want to see this double in R using a certain variable x, right? So here you are saying that let this x be equal to this double 185, as you can see there, right? So if you really want to see the double value in R, we have to just print what? We have to just write this our x. So once we are saying that x is equal to 189, if you really want to see our 189 as our result, you have to just represent here by x. Once you write represent here by x and then run, you see you surely get what? Your double, right? So once you run this one, you see you have gotten our double here, right? And then when you come here too, when you see this one, like programming is good. Programming is good is what? Just a string, because it is in what? A double quotation sign. And string are called characters as a double, right? In R. So if you really want to see this double in R, you use what you call, let's say, variable y. So this variable y is representing this one, right? It's representing the whole of what? This one, right? So at the end of the day, once you execute it, right, you see it has printed this one for us. So if you want to get your results, you just run it and you see the results will be in black ink for us, right? So programming is good. This one our result for that one, right? And then also we know that we have what we call logical as what? An atomic data type, right? And for this logical too, you can also save this logical in one R. But before we come but before you let's go on it. This what I want to say will appear in some of the subsequent videos that I'll be doing, right? So here we have logical as what? An atomic data type. And then for this logical, we want to just compare that a square root of 64 equal to what? 12, right? Yes. So if you want to equate something as in the form of comparison, so is this equal to that? Once you want to equate that, you use double equation, right? But if you use we use one symbol, right? We use two symbols. If you want to use one symbol, the one symbol is just saying that y is equal to that, so that one is just representing something, right? But if you use two symbols, like for the equal to, it means that we are just making comparison between the two. We are saying that square root of 64 equal to 12, right? Is it yes or no? Once you find square root of 64 is what? 8, and 8 is not equal to 12, right? So I don't believe once you print it will give us what? False. Once we run this one, you see it has given us false since our 8 is not equal to 12. And then we really want to check the atomic data type for the false, of which this is surely going to give us what? Logical, right? As you can see here, right? Logical, right? And then at the end of the day, you see we learned something about how we can run what? Numbers to their nearest what? Whole number, or run numbers to what? Decimal place, right? So if you really want to run numbers to their decimal place, you use what you call the run function, right? The run function will help you to run numbers to what? Their decimal one. To run numbers to what? Decimal places. And you see the digits that you can see here. The digit is equal to 4. This is telling us the number of decimal places you want to run in your figure 2, right? So here you want to run this whole number into what? 4 decimal place. That's the reason why you see the following. Once you run, so run it to 4 decimal place for us, right? As you can see, right? And then you really want to run this whole of this one into what? 3 decimal place. So once you run using the run function, that will be giving our results. And I don't believe we really want to add the result for the h and the k together. And if you want to add, we are just representing that one too by what? A variable, right? Let's say I is equal to h plus what? K. So once you run this one too, we are having what? 25, right? So at the end of the day, this is how you can also save what some of the atomic data type are using what? Variables, right? So this is something that is very simple. Take your time, go through the codes, type them and run it to feel it how it will be, right? And then you see, we learned that the less than sign and the equal to sign is usually used to equate something in R. But we can also use what we call the assign or function in R. So for the assign function in R, what you really do is that you use the first place here. As you can see here, I've used it to represent what the name, the variable that I want to give to what the atomic data type, right? You see the 123 here is what double, right? So it's just an atomic data type. So in the assign function, the first argument that we can see here will be the variable name, and the second one will be the atomic data type. Will be the atomic data type, or it will be what the number, right? So at the end of the day, you just have your assign function. The first argument will be your variable that you want to represent, and then this one will be the atomic number. Once you run it, right, surely you see that it has given what our m is equal to 123. It's the same thing as this one, what you can see here, right? So once you store that, if let our m be equal to this and want to run, it's surely going to give us the same result as you can see here, right? So the assign function can works as what the equal to what function, but equal to sign. But I don't really, you see, you use the equal to a lot, you use this type a lot, right, in R. But this one too, you can also use it one way or the other, right? So for example, if you really want to store n is equal to 178, you can use that sign. The first one will be the variable name, and then this one will be the atomic data type. Once you run, you see you get your results nice here, as you can see here. So at the end of the day, you see that is how it works. So we getting our m, right? We getting our m for we getting our m. Sorry, here is supposed to be we getting our m and our n, right? You can also add the m and the n, as you can see there, right? You can also add the m and the n, because we said our m is equal to what? Our m is equal to 123, our n is equal to 170. So once we add both of them, you get our result, right? Nicely, as you can see down there, you get 301, right? So this is how you can store variables in R, right? You can store variables in R using you can store atomic data type in R using variables, right? So variables play a very crucial role in our analysis in R. So please kindly take your time, walk through the codes, time them by yourself, and then run it for you to feel how it will be, right? This is Statistics and Mathematics Twitter channel, so please kindly subscribe, share the link, like and comment, so that other people will surely get to know the channel and benefit a lot. So please kindly make sure that you go through all the codes, write them by yourself on your computer, and then run it, so that will be well equipped with whatever you are doing. Thank you for watching. Bye.